Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sienna here with a brand new video. Today we are unboxing the Black Tarot, and I should mention that today's video has been sponsored by the DeBry Company. Thank you very much, you guys, for sending me this deck. Let's look through it. The first thing I noticed from just holding the box in my hand is that it is nice and sleek. It's very, is soft the right word? The box has a matte finish on it, so it makes it kind of soft. It's nice to touch though if you're into that kind of thing, if you like that sensory sort of stuff. Anyways, as far as the art goes, we're already in for a little bit of creepiness. And you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a very unique art style. And oh yeah, the artist is, come on, focus. The artist is Victoria Eva. Okay, my camera won't focus, but you saw it there just a second ago. There we go, Victoria Eva. And if I have the pronunciation wrong, someone in the comments knows how I'm supposed to say her last name and can correct me. Thank you in advance. So let's open this baby up. Okay, it comes with a guidebook, which is good. Most decks do, but you would be surprised because some actually don't. So this might be maybe for a beginner reader. I guess we'll have to look at the art on the cards and stuff, but for a beginner tarot reader, the guidebook is your friend. That helps you to get the basic definitions of what the deck creator has for each card. And then as you get more in touch with your intuition, you start to trust your instincts a little bit more. Those I call them psychic like pings that come in, little pings of information. You can start using those to help you to read the tarot. But the guidebook is always a great place to start. So we're going to just take a little quick flip through it. Oh, nice. Okay, so she has a 3-card spread. She's probably got other spreads in here too. Maybe she just has one. There are so many different spreads you can do though, and the 3-card she's showing here past, present, and future. That's one of the easiest spreads that you can do. Okay, she's got some tarot tips. Okay, we got a picture of every card in here. And I mean, these are all printed in black and white. I don't think that makes a difference. I'm pretty sure all of these are black and white too. So we're gonna put the book back in the box. All right, we're gonna take the rest of these out. Now, where should I start? I guess I should start at the top of the pile, huh? Okay. So we're gonna start going through these cards. I don't know if we're gonna talk about all 78 of them because that's a lot and that could make for a very long video, but let's just start. Let's see what we have. Okay. Oh, they started with the swords this time. Some decks, this is unshuffled, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's unshuffled. And some decks, they start with the major arcana. That could be on the bottom. So this time we're starting with the swords. This is Ace of Swords. Right away, this art reminds me of Skyrim. If you guys have played that, you will totally know what I mean, with like the black background, the like really wicked, awesome looking sword. The text even is a little bit reminiscent of that game. That is just kind of the nerd in me coming out though. Everybody might see this deck in their own different way. Okay, 2 of Swords. Yeah, here we have, she has a lot of like skeletal imagery on these cards. Oh, this one's interesting. Okay, so 3 of Swords. Usually in the Rider-Waite, this is shown as a heart with 3 swords through it. But it's interesting because it's this being. There's one here, and it's like there's one that just split them right down the middle. And there is an expression about someone feels like they're breaking in two. Actually, there's a really old song about that. Breaking in two. Okay, it's too early in the morning to sing at the time of recording, so I'm not going to sing that for you. But this card actually really embodies that sorrow. Excuse me, that sorrow of feeling broken or feeling like something has been ripped out of you. So it sort of it makes that message very, very clear. So let's check out some more of these swords cards. I like that one too. The Four of Swords, rest and respite. She looks like she's kind of meditating. And the backs of these cards are lovely too. It looks kind of like a water splash or something. Even this kind of gives me Skyrim vibes because there's those oh, what the heck? There's creatures, magical creatures in the game called Spriggans, and they're kind of like wooden tree people. And this kind of reminds me of like a headless Spriggan. Oh, that card was upside down. Oh, I like that one with Seven of Swords. There's one behind the back. This is usually a card. This is actually a card of like backstabbing and lying. And so the sword behind the back imagery works really well. Let me just adjust my camera. Hang on, you guys. All right, there. Now you can probably see this better. But look at that. He's got the sword behind his back. He's ready to pull it out and betray whoever he needs to betray. What else do we have here? Eight of Swords, Nine of... You know what? I like this. Well, first of all, this lady with the swirly thing on the side, you know, here, she kind of looks like Princess Leia. Like tied to a tree or something. That might not have been what the artist was going for, but then again, like I said earlier, that is what my nerd brain immediately jumps to. Oh, it's Princess Leia. Well, it's anybody you want this to be. This could represent yourself if you feel like you're stuck in a situation or whatever. This card, this reminds me of that old painting, The Scream. I think that's by Edvard Munch. The Scream. Everybody knows that painting. If you don't know it by name, you've totally seen it. Perfect imagery for this card. This is like fear, nightmares, the stuff that keeps you up at night. What else do we have? Oh, I like this. It kind of looks like a ghost horse or something with this Knight of Swords. Oh, is it doing knights before? Oh, it is. It's doing knights before pages. Does this Page of Swords remind anybody else of Robert Downey Jr.? Or is that just me? Maybe I've been watching too much Marvel stuff with my fiance lately. He'll argue that there's no such thing as too much Marvel. This guy reminds me of somebody from Lord of the Rings. I can't remember his name, though. I don't know the books or the movies very well, but my fiance is hugely into Lord of the Rings. I love all the music and the soundtrack from the movies. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's been a long, long time since I've watched it with him, so... But there's definitely a guy who looks like this. He's got the long hair. He definitely, like, has the facial hair and the nose. Excuse me, guys. If someone in the comments knows who I'm thinking of, just write it down, because somebody else might be reminded of Lord of the Rings with that card. I don't know why. Okay, into the cups. I like this. We have the water drop right here, but it looks like the rest of the cup, it's like overflowing with energy. So this is an interesting concept. Usually these cards are full of water and stuff. I like this one, Two of Cups, the union of the different energies. This one's interesting. Five of Cups is usually all about regret and sadness and loss. And we have the skeleton guy. It looks like he's stretched real thin. Like he's trying to make this work, whatever it is, with the three upside down cups. In other decks, these are usually depicted as being dumped out with two left standing. Maybe he's exhausted from mourning the, the three cups that have been dumped over. There's just an exhausted feel from that card that I get. This one's kind of neat. Six of Cups, this one's usually about nostalgia, memories, the past, childhood, and inside of this little orb thing, maybe it's like replaying somebody's adventures, maybe some of their good old days. This one's, oh, there are cups on the bottom. They start off really dark, and then they become more and more transparent. And he's running. Eight of Cups is about leaving something behind. And it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're leaving it behind. The cups start off, like I was saying, solid. They're more of a big deal to him. But the further he gets away from the situation, the less and less it matters. The more it kind of just fades away. This one's pretty. And that one too. There's the water drop. I don't know if the other one has, oh, the other one does. It's a very tiny one right in the center. But there's the water drop on this one and the energy flowing. Knight of Cups, we have our knight on our horse. That one looks less like a, oh no, on closer inspection, it totally looks like a ghost horse. Going back to Skyrim, there is a horse in Skyrim that you can learn how to summon with magic, and he's like a skeleton ghost horse like that. I don't know why this deck reminds me so much of that game. Maybe I've been playing it a little too much. I don't know. Page of Cups looks kind of like a mermaid or some kind of like deep sea mythical creature. Go into Pentacles, but in this deck they call it spheres. I like that though. It's like a little energy center or something. I'm not gonna lie, on first glance, I thought this one looked a little bit like a sonogram. Like a sonogram from early pregnancy when your baby looks just like a little bean or a little dot. We have our 2 and our 3. Those are nice. I'm gonna put a little space there. This one's very similar to the Rider-Waite depiction. It's that one shows a person like clinging on to 4 pentacles. We have the 3 over his head, and then this one he's like clinging on to the biggest one, the most important one. It is early in the morning recording this, and I still don't have my vocal cords totally warmed up, I guess. Excuse me, guys. You're going to be hearing some froggy throat today, maybe. All right, what else do we have? Five of Pentacles. This one, or spheres, I guess. This one looks like they're all crash landing or something. Usually this card, 6 of Pentacles, is about like giving and receiving help or donation. So I kind of like the hand imagery. It's kind of like helping hands. Well, that was 8. There's our 7. So these cards themselves are actually, they're very smooth and soft, just like the box. They also have kind of a matte finish on them. You can see a little bit of glare from my overhead light here, but it's not like they're really glossy or shiny. They kind of have that soft little feel to them. They're nice and bendy without being flimsy. So they're flexible, but they're still strong. Whoop. This one's kind of neat. This one looks kind of like just like a great big tree. But that's Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles. That makes sense. It fits. King of Pentacles. Oh, you know what? That actually... He also looks like a tree, but here's what we have. We put them side by side and, well, I mean, you can make them facing each other. It kind of depends on how they come up during a reading. Some readers like to make that distinction. They're facing each other. Maybe they're collaborating, or they're facing away from each other. Maybe they're miscommunicating. If you read tarot like that, that will make sense to you. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, here we have wands. These look like magic wands. This one, actually, from a distance, it does kind of look like a dandelion puff. Do you see that? Okay, so the wands on these cards, they're like these thin black lines. Four of Wands. This one looks like a big old set of stairs. I don't see the wands. I could just be blind AF. It looks like maybe they're at the top of the stairs. I'm really not sure. But it's interesting imagery, by the like either way. I mean, not by the way, either way. Here we have Five of Wands, our competition, our conflict. I think this card kind of shows that energy very well. It gets that point across. Some of these other ones, we saw that with the Page of Spheres. They got a butt. They definitely have some butts going on in this deck, kind of, sort of. This is like magic guy butt. This one's sort of cool. It's a little bit trippy. Kind of looks like a black hole or something. This one actually gets the point across. Eight of Wands is usually about fast movement. Here we have him like streaking across the sky, and then we have these, I think these must be the wands. They're just moving so quickly, they're kind of a blur. Knight of Wands. Oh, we got another ghost horse. I love it. We're almost through the deck already. Oh, I like this Queen of Wands. The energy flowing around her, it makes it look like she's got long hair and this long flowy dress. That one is pretty. And I'm a little bit biased as well. I always like the Queen of Wands cards because when I read tarot on myself, that's usually the card that comes up to represent me is Queen of Wands. So I'm kind of happy that the one in this deck is really pretty. King of Wands, he looks like he has some badass armor or something on. Oh, here's the major arcana. And you know what? We're going to actually flip the deck over so that we can go through the major arcana in order. We got the Fool. Kind of like that one. Is that the one that's on? That is. That is the one that's on the deck, on the box. And you know what, that makes sense. A lot of tarot decks will use the Fool card on the box. Sometimes they'll use the Empress. I guess it just depends on what the artist's favorite one in the deck was, maybe. Or maybe what the marketing team's favorite card was in the deck. So we got the Fool. Actually, I'll put this here. The Fool. The Magician. Oh yeah, and I like that it shows the number its place in the major arcana. Is that going to focus? It doesn't seem to focus when I want it to. There we go. So you guys can see that it's got the little 0. The Magician has a little 1. Definitely looks like a powerful wizard of some kind. Okay, and they use Roman numerals. I was wondering if they were going to do, you know, 1, 2, 3, or if it was going to be the old-fashioned way. We have our High Priestess number 2. We have our Empress number 3, and here we go. Here is the baby imagery. Usually the Empress is depicted as a pregnant mom. I don't see her face or her head. Maybe that's like this energy ball. And then here's the belly. There's the baby. There's the whole center of creation right here. I like this one. There's something, it's sort of like creepy-ish, but it's also beautiful. It just kind of looks like you x-rayed a pregnant lady. Which, if you are pregnant, it's not, apparently it's not safe to get x-rays. But that's what this looks like. And okay, the Emperor. So the Empress is the mom or the wife. The Emperor is the dad. He's the husband. Let's get this to focus a little bit better. Yeah, this one, he's kind of hard to see. But there's the face. There's like the strong, muscular arms and chest, the legs. He's the strong one, the tough one. He's the protector of the family. Hierophant. This one's interesting because I don't know, usually with the Hierophant, the imagery has like multiple people. It's supposed to be like a unity, society, rules fitting in. This one has kind of a unique image on it. What else we got? We got, oh yes, the Lovers, card number 6 of the major arcana. Okay, this maybe looks like 2 energies. I think it's supposed to look like 2 energies blended together. That's basically what love is, isn't it? Very, very simply put. All right, we have the Chariot. Oh, it's all the way up here. All right, we see our horses, we see the carriage, I like the trippy landscape. I really love that kind of trippy, psychedelic looking art that I've always enjoyed. Strength, I like that. She's holding up, I don't know what she's holding up, but she's doing a good job of it. She looks confident, she looks tough, she looks like a Spriggan from Skyrim, like the other card I was talking about. The Hermit. Oh yes, at the top of the mountain off in the distance. I like this one with the wheel. It's got the different, I think those are alchemy symbols. The Rider-Waite version of the Wheel of Fortune. I can't remember if it includes alchemy symbols or if it includes symbols from a different spirituality. Excuse me. But we have Wheel of Fortune. It looks like all the planets are lining up. It's like everything is just the way that it needs to be. Everything is perfectly lined up for you. That's kind of what that card is about. We have our Justice. Oh, look at, there's the eye. That looks like tears. There's something, you know what I kind of feel with this one? It's like, there's the saying that justice is blind. You know, maybe the eyes are watering. Maybe Justice has some dust in his eye. The eyes are watering. Can't really see right now. But I'm also getting this feeling like Justice sees all. Because we have here the dark and the light on both sides. I don't know. But this imagery really gets me. The first thing that came to mind when I pulled this one was Justice sees all. So I don't know why I'm also reminded of the statement that Justice is blind. I don't know. That's okay though. Hangman. We actually do see a thing hanging. Now usually in the Rider-Waite, that's the deck I mostly work with, so you'll notice that I make a lot of comparisons to the Rider-Waite in some of my other unboxing videos. In the Rider-Waite, he's hung up by his foot. So it's not like he's in danger. It's not like he's being executed. This one kind of has like an execution vibe to it. Maybe it's just the darkness. And of course, it's all like zoomed out kind of, so you can't tell if they're hanging from the neck or if they're hanging from the foot. I guess that's up to your interpretation and the context of your reading and the intuitive kind of pings that you get when you see that one. Death. I like this one. He is the full-on skeleton. But look, there's a little light way off in the distance there. Transition from one place to another. That is the simplest way to describe death. And this death card is not often about literal, actual death. Like some people see this card and they're like, oh my God, someone's gonna die next week or whatever. No, that's not really what that means. Sometimes it might come up to talk about like a death in the past or just a major change, something that ended so that something new could begin. Hence the skeleton walking towards the light. That old life he had, that's ended, and there's a new journey on the horizon for him. Temperance. I need to get this to focus. There we go. Temperance. This one kind of looks like some kind of mountain, but really soft, really smooth, like really silky looking. I see we have full moon and last quarter, that half moon there. So it's like with that half moon, it's like we don't see the whole thing. Maybe we have some of the information we need, but we don't have all of it in our situation. Full moon is like the full light being shone on it. You see it, you see maybe both halves or both sides. I mean, considering it's the moon, we only get to see one side of it really at all times. But it's like having all the information. The higher knowledge, maybe that's why the full moon is higher up on the card than the half moon. The high priestess, oh no, this is Temperance. But you know what? There's still higher knowledge with Temperance. That half moon, maybe we're in like some darkness, some confusion. Temperance is all about healing and taking your time. So actually that does fit. It's about healing. It's about taking your time. As you heal, sometimes you gain a higher perspective. And as you gain a higher perspective on stuff that, you know, sometimes can help you to heal. Okay. What else do we got? The Devil. Yes, definitely loving the horns, the Baphomet kind of imagery. I think it's Baphomet that is depicted on the Rider-Waite tarot. He's the goat devil, or he looks like a goat. This one looks like a goat. You can see kind of like has an eye. It's like he's got an eye on you. Maybe like the evil eye or something. Tower, this one gets the point across. We have the lightning strike, we have things falling apart, we have somebody falling out of the tower right there. That's depicted on lots of different versions of that card. We have the star, I like that one. It's just this bright, well I guess, yeah, a star, just this bright gleam of light with crazy looking energy just coming out from all sides. The moon, here we go. I love the moon. I love learning about, when I was a kid, we learned about space and the phases of the moon, and I love it. There's so much mystery kind of that surrounds. I mean, nowadays with science or whatever, we know lots about the moon, but there's still like an element of mystery that surrounds her. Like, what kind of secrets is she hiding? We got the sun. Considering the deck is like so dark and it's, you know, black and white and gray and stuff like that, this one actually does really stand out, and it does give it kind of like a positive. Sunny is maybe not the right word just because of the aesthetic of the deck, but it is the Sun card after all, and they do get that imagery across really well. And then we have our last two. Oh yeah, Judgment. That one is our second last. Interesting thing about this one, something that I just get right away from looking at this is like there's always more to it. Excuse me. Maybe somebody who literally makes a judgment or like talks crap about you or says something about you, or they got like judgmental opinions. There's more to it than just, well, she's a pain in the ass, or like, well, that person judging me, she's just a bitch. Maybe she is, or maybe he is, but there's more to it. Why they're doing that? It's like there's always more to it than we see, and that's not just like making judgments and stuff about other people, but that's like other decisions that we make. There are so many more things that lead to the final decision that other people don't really get to see. And we have our World card. This is the perfect one to end on. This is that card of completion. The cycle is finished. And, you know, a new one will begin. But this is like wrapping up old stuff, tying up loose ends, any other cliches that I want to add that mean the same thing. Closing the book. It's a satisfactory, And with that, we're actually done looking through. We're actually done looking through the Black Tarot by Victoria Eva. If you want this deck for yourself, I will put a link in the description to the DeBry company's website, just to they have an online store. I'll just put a link to where you can find this particular deck in their shop. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I've been Sienna. I'll continue to be Sienna, but I've been Sienna. Remember to like this video if you're into this deck, if you like unboxing videos. I will probably be doing more of them as I get new decks in the future. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you want more videos from me and you want more updates. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon.